Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the FATE podcast,
where we talk about film, animation, television, and other forms of entertainment.
I'm Fritz.
And I'm Elijah. Welcome to another episode of Fate Podcast, and I'm not alone. I'm here with Fritz.
Yo.
Sif.
Hello.
Tori.
Yo.
And Ethan.
What's up?
And how was your weekend? We're going to discuss about that.
Sick.
Sick?
Lots of homework.
Lots of homework and playing niche games.
Walking around a lot.
Oh, that's a good exercise. That's exercising.
Good for the soul.
Yeah.
A lot of people just need me for something, so I just walk and do things.
Hey, with me, I worked and I binged, and one of my recommendations is Jane the Virgin, and it's basically about Jane, who's a virgin, who became pregnant and accidentally, with a medical slip up, accidentally became pregnant, and now she has to deal with her, her boyfriend that didn't want the baby and the father of the baby, and there's a whole bunch of drama. It's really funny. I think people should watch it.
Player.
And who else got recommendations?
I do.
Sif.
I really like Violet Evergarden. It's on Netflix. It is really well written, and it deals with PTSD and child soldiers and stuff. And I have another recommendation.
Go
it's
ahead.
A book. It's called When Women Were Warriors.
I thought you were gonna say Vampire Kisses.
Hell no.
That was garbage.
Yeah.
What was that book about?
For the warrior one?
Yes.
So it's essentially the main character is a 16-year-old who essentially wants to become a warrior, and her journey through it. And it's where a lot of women are, like, I guess, more physically stronger, I guess, or like they like a lot of roles fall upon them. So I guess it's more of a it's not a matriarchy, or it's not a patriarchy. It's this weird world where a lot of roles are switched around, I guess.
It's
I don't want to give away too much for anyone who wants to read.
Isn't the man on the men become pregnant, right?
No.
Okay, no.
No, that's like ABO stuff.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
There's
we don't
nothing
talk
about
that.
Yeah, no, that has nothing to do with the book.
All right. Anybody else?
I have one.
Okay. You even got weird ones, but okay.
It was gonna be Gurren Lagann, which is actually a good anime.
Yes, it is.
But this one's gonna have to be Love on a Leash.
Oh my god, no. No, it is garbage.
I only recommend this
Why is
because it's
It
not.
is such a bad film. It is a really bad film.
Why?
It's about a dog who was once a man, and he needs to find love, or else he'll stay
The
a dog
story
forever.
does not make sense. Like, if you want to put yourself through it, by all means, go ahead. But if you regret it, just know you can only do it yourself.
For anyone listening, this isn't a film. This is something that needs to be passed on from generation.
No, it does
It's
not.
an experience.
It's definitely an experience, and I see this as me passing the torch because I've watched this 3 times and I'm already dying, and I'm about to watch it probably a 4th time. So I need to pass it on to someone else.
One of your top 3 favorite.
So anyone who's listening, it's a risk, but you have to watch it. It's free on Tubi.com.
I don't think so. I'm okay.
No, you have to watch it. It has to be passed on. It has a 10 out of 10 on IMDb. A woman falls in love with a dog.
What's it called?
Love on a Leash. Let your curiosity take
not a
over.
porno.
It's not a porno.
I'm gonna take you on, Ethan.
Please carry on the torch. I'm going to die.
I'll take you on, Ethan.
Just the
Fun.
bad movie podcast.
Oh yeah, we should have a bad movie podcast.
Because there's some that I've seen that are just like, whoo. Especially foreign films, like bad foreign films. Like Psycho Gothic Lolita and Zombie Ass Toilet of the Undead.
Psychic Gothic Girl Lolita was actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed myself watching that. I enjoyed it.
See, I haven't heard of it. But if
It's okay.
If you interested on any titles that we speak on, then enjoy. Carry the torch.
I'm gonna recommend a book today.
Okay.
Men on Strike, written by Dr. Helen Smith. Why Men Are Boycotting Marriage, Fatherhood, and the American Dream, and Why It Matters.
Should I have given the author of the book as well?
No, I mean, they can probably look it up.
Yeah, they can
It's
probably
fine.
find it.
It's a trilogy, so can't go wrong.
Yeah, I'll probably check that book out. Fritz,
It's pretty
I
good.
like read. I'm reading the. Never mind. So today's topic is a throwback, which is an anime that I really enjoy. We're gonna talk about Death Note. So guys, like after finishing Death Note for the first time, what did you like? What was your response?
I wanted more. I just wanted more.
I can agree. Like you want more because you're just like, this is how it ended. Like what?
Not like this.
No, but the thing about like, why would you want more of it? Like it completed the story.
I mean, I
Like,
didn't.
It
Want
was good.
more.
Like
Yeah.
it had a
So I kinda-
satisfying ending.
Mhm.
But I'm like, if they did continue, I don't think I'd be upset.
Yes.
I didn't mind like exploration of like the world, like not about light. Like if it was about like Nier or Mellow or
I disagree. I enjoyed it for what it was, and I wouldn't really ask for more because I enjoy what I got from it. But after watching and finishing, I was just like, wow, like this is amazing.
Yeah. I have to agree with everything. It's like it was complete. It was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I want more. I don't want more. It was everything.
And
I
to be honest, for me,
too.
I feel like if we get more, it wouldn't be the same because there's no light, no L, no mellow. No
I
N.
agree.
Yeah.
They're so
But, like-
smart and intellectual. It's just like, who could beat that?
Yeah.
There's like other mediums because there's the novels and like there's the Japanese live action films that build on to the world a bit more,
Yeah, like we got a movie called L Changes the World, like
which
in
is
Japanese.
an alternate timeline, I guess, in a sense.
Well, it's not an alternate timeline because in the movies, L wrote himself to live within the 10-day limit. That's written within the rules. So within
But
those
it's
10
different than the anime and the manga. It's the movies are
it's like,
different.
It is
that's
the
not
movies
canon, right?
timeline.
Yeah,
it is canon, but it's
in the movie universe.
it's
kind of
another it's another AU.
Yeah, but like,
thing. I liked it a lot though.
like, how was your emotions throughout the whole experience of like first episodes to last?
Well, okay, for me anyway, I really liked Delight, and it broke my heart to see him become so corrupted and change into Kira, because I believe that Kira and Light are completely different people. And like, spoiler, but if you don't know this by now, then like for
Yeah, you
Elle
super
dying,
late.
yeah, exactly. When Elle died, I had to take a 2-month break. Like I couldn't.
Oh man,
I was so sad.
Wow.
When Elle
it
when
made
Elle
me
died,
really
a lot
sad.
of people cried because like
Oh,
he was
Elle, yes,
he
of
was
course.
just so good, and then to lose such a huge rival
And
like that,
yeah, it was never the same with Nier. Like it didn't like
yeah, like the same chase.
I think
didn't-
they
Yeah.
made a terrible mistake killing off Elle right away.
I mean, no. First of all, I don't think they did it halfway through.
Yeah.
Like, well,
That
actually,
lasted a minute.
like 60% through he was alive, and then the last
Or like
15 episodes is
I guess
wrapped
that
up.
is true. It wasn't as
Yeah,
early
like,
as I remember, but
yeah, it wasn't that early, but it still hits you in a
Yeah,
way.
no, it did.
Yes.
Because we lost a great like cat and mouse chase.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we had Nier, he was never quite the way that Elle articulated and
Yup.
behaved.
and like just because of the way that Elle did die, like it was like it didn't go to fruition. Like he had an out, like because Rem essentially kills him.
Mhm.
So it was more of like a cheat, and it just wasn't satisfying. I guess that was not satisfying that he died like that.
Yeah, and something about L is, I think the fact that he was just so different.
yeah.
He left a
Yeah.
he left
He was
a,
really aloof.
yeah, he left a different, like, I never seen a character like L. Like the way he holds his cell phone, the way he eats, the way he sits in the
The
chair,
way he thinks.
the way he thinks. Like it was a deep attraction with L. So when he died,
And I really liked Elle and Light's interaction, like, for the time when Light is back
Mm-hmm.
and we finally get to see him. And I really liked how their rivalry was for that versus like Elle versus Kira.
Mhm.
Because as I said, like, I think they're drastically different people.
Well, yeah, when Light gets his hands on the Death Note, it's like his personality does a 180.
No, it does.
And when he gives up the Death Note for part of his plan, he is like this sweet sunshine
you
child.
really wouldn't care for him. Like, it's like, but you're so evil inside. This
right?
Well, it's not that he's so evil inside. It's just that
something made you turn evil. Yeah, the Death Note. I get.
And it's that lust for power.
Mm-hmm.
Like once he had that God complex, it was that lust for power that he wanted to do more. And
because it wasn't even justice for the sake of justice. It was, you don't get in my way, and you believe in me, and you listen to me, and I will be your God, and I will serve out what justice I believe in. But it doesn't matter. Like you won't be safe the second you stand in my way.
Right? Like when he killed his dad to like further his plan, like that. You're like, holy cow, man! Like that's sick.
Do you think he cared when he did that?
I think the only
little bit. Like a little bit.
He did feel bad, but he's like, this was the only way it could have gone.
Yeah.
But like, I know, like, when Sayu gets kidnapped, like that is what hit him. He's like, no,
he
like,
can't do it.
She's too precious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I guess like since he always like, protected her and stuff.
Killing my dad didn't matter, but kidnap my sister. That's too far.
He thought about killing his sisters. That's the thing.
Because he did. Because he's like, it might just be easier, and then they can't hold anything over us. But thankfully, there was some part of Light still left in there to be like, no.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I draw the line.
Not for my sister.
Going back to Elle's death, like with me, I was like, how when people die in real life, you're in the now, like they're truly dead. I would truly in the now that Elle's coming back. He's gonna be resurrected. I don't know how he's coming back. This is a joke, but then it's just finally took me. It's just like he ain't coming back.
And then you're like, oh god, it's permadeath.
Elle was like Tupac.
Is the major consensus like people aren't okay with Elle dying?
Yeah. Because people are not okay.
Yeah, I wasn't okay with it.
Most people are not okay with Elle
Ethan
dying.
was okay. Why was okay about that?
Because like I thought it was just super interesting that like Light went this far. Because I understand it's sad to lose such a good character like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're gonna kill off a character like that, then it means like Light's gonna go that far. And like I just thought it was interesting.
Obviously, I didn't question Light didn't. Kita did. I think that's like an important distinction.
No, I think they were the same person.
I do not, because like I don't know, like you're always a different person. Like
it's a thing to think about. It's one of the themes.
Okay, we can.
It is. It is like the duality of power.
Yeah.
Because the moment you give someone like a normal person godlike power, how far will they go? We don't know. And that's something that Death Note explores, such as taking the life of someone. Like, you don't know what that person has, whether they have a family, why they killed somebody. Like, people have a reason for doing things. And Kita just kills without reason. Like, he kills because that's his justice.
Because he thinks that, like, like, you're in prison, or, like, you have been attached to this crime, you're definitely guilty. And I like, if you ever watch, like, Game Theory, Map or Film Theory, MatPat does how many deaths
like how many
actually
people
caused.
Yeah.
And like it's that thing of, well, if you're just going off of a roster, like a lot of people are like they might not be guilty necessarily, and you don't know. And so he's just going around killing
potentially innocent people.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And I mean, it was still a drop in the bucket to the actual crime that is committed in Japan, because Japan has one of the highest false accusations in the world.
I did not know that. That's good to know.
Me either.
Fun fact.
Yes, it is. Like, if you, like, let's say I went to Japan and I got caught for a crime, I would still have to stay in Japan. Like, even though I am an American citizen, I still have to serve time in their jail.
Wow.
And they have, like, their philosophy for the most part is guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, instead of innocent until proven guilty.
So you're fucked.
Yeah, like you're just impounded the whole time. It's terrible.
And Light doesn't necessarily check. He just looks up names and murks people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that slang hasn't been used in a while.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but I like the word murk though. He murked people.
Yeah, but he did.
Okay, so
he just went down the list.
So it comes to a question. It's like, is it the Death Note that, of course, it's the Death Note that made Light that, but was Light always like that? Or is it Death Note that made him like that?
Like, I feel like
I think it's the power.
Yeah, I'm like, the power is, like, you can easily be corrupted by power.
Because not, like, Mello didn't necessarily go crazy with his Death Note. He had a plan, and he was like, I'm going to catch this motherfucker, or, like, at least make sure that it's possible for Nier to catch him. Because Mello didn't go crazy.
No.
But, it takes,
but like, he had resolve.
Exactly. You have to know, like, it takes a lot of self-discipline and stuff, too.
Of course.
And Light was always arrogant and egotistical still. Like, he believed that, like, he would be fine and that he knew whatever.
That he could get out of it.
And, yeah. And, as far as, like, he had so much ego that he was like, nah, power's not gonna corrupt me. I control it.
But in the end, the power truly did control him. Like, the Death Note was the driving factor for all of his behavior. I'm sure, like...
Because it's so much drastically different when we get to see, Light come back when he knows nothing about the Death Note.
Like, when he gives it up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think there's a parallel between Light and Thanos?
Thanos.
Thank you. You guys know how to
Thanos?
Thanos.
I think Light is more dangerous because...
I think...
And deadlier because Thanos wouldn't kill for no reason the way that Light
Thanos
did.
is way more calculated.
Thanos was a caring monster.
Yeah.
And that's what made him all the more terrifying.
Yes.
I think Light would be more like Killmonger.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
I will tell you how.
Oh, yeah. Explain.
Be more. Yeah, explain, please.
Because
dead silence.
Who were we? I was like, because we were talking before the podcast about, how his thing was like, you're either against me or you're with me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Light's kind of like that, or like he does like that anyway. It's like, unless you, give over all your power to me and let me do whatever I want, you say anything against me and you're against me.
Yeah, but Thanos does the same thing, and that's everybody.
Thanos does not do the same thing.
No, Thanos
not even remotely.
No, like he cares, but that's what makes him all the more scary because he feels for you, and he's like, I understand your struggle, but my struggle is more important than yours.
He says that, like, he sees it more as like, you're just ignorant right now and you don't see, because you know how it, like, his planet and stuff.
His grand plan.
Yeah, grand plan, yeah.
No, like his planet.
Okay, I can see that.
Because he doesn't mean to, like, he's like, he has no biases. He's like, whoever dies, dies.
Yeah.
But as the populations just need to be reduced.
Okay.
Unlike Kira,
and he does not want to be God. So.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be God. He just wants to help balance the world. Unlike Kira, who's just like, I don't want a world full of criminals, so we're just going to kill them all. And if you side with these criminals, you're dead too, because you're just as guilty.
Yeah, when Light's father had
if you go up against me, then you're guilty.
When Light's father had a heart attack, he stated, what is truly evil is the power to kill people, and any person who has come to possess this kind of power is cursed no matter how you use it. No true happiness can be obtained like that. Do you guys think that's true?
Yeah, because like you're always gonna, like, he slowly gave away his soul almost,
No,
like,
he did.
Like every time he kills people, like he gave away his morality, his values, everything that made him Light Yagami changed. He became only Kira.
Do you really think that Kira and Light are different, or maybe Kira was what Light was all along?
No, he wasn't. Because the power corrupted him into being that way.
Like,
I mean, you can say, like,
been saying.
Because what if that's locked in?
Yeah, that was.
Because everyone has the potential to be terrible.
They have the potential.
But some people have the resolve. For some people, just if I had a Death Note, I just throw it away. But there's some people who just maybe there's just some people who just have that.
You're looking at it from like the outside, Okay.
I think
no, we can agree because Riku said that several people had the Death Note, but they never filled as much names as Light did in the 5 days he had it.
Yeah, that's true. Ryuk did say that Light, out of all the previous owners, went above and beyond. He was literally he was filling out pages left and right.
Because he had his purpose of, I'm going to get rid of all the criminals And like for most people, if you have a death note, it'll be like, oh, this person fucked with me. Well, okay, I'm gonna go kill them. Or it's like revenge based, or like it's something petty.
Yeah, but sooner or later, that's gonna like you're not gonna want that. But Light had a vision, like he wanted to accomplish something huge.
Yeah, like Light he had his conquest. His conquest was to make the world a safer place in his version of justice,
with less crime.
Mm-hmm. But do you think that's the disguise for what he really wanted to do?
Yeah, just to touch on Ethan's question, what Ethan's question reminds me of is a little bit of
I can see that.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde-ish.
Yeah.
The two personality, the duality of people. We all have this persona that we put out into the world, and we all have this dark side of us. Mm-hmm. That's what Light and Kira reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
But with Mr. like with Jekyll and Hyde too, like they were essentially like while they were the same person, they were also different people.
Yeah,
exactly.
And that's why like there is a difference.
Yeah, but I don't. To me, I don't believe that Kira and Light was like different. I mean, they were different, but like, he was always. And Kira was always inside of Light.
Yeah, like Kira was always hiding inside of Light. Light just needed a catalyst, and that happened to be the Death Note.
I agree with that.
I can agree with
so
that.
can we say Kira and Light are the same people?
Yes and no.
I can agree with that.
I can agree that they are the same people.
Yeah. I mean, even though, because it kind of confusion because when Light didn't have the Death Note, he went back to being Light. So are they the same person? But like you say, he had the catalyst that made him turn into Akira. So
I honestly think that was a facade. To be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, when he became super nice.
I think that was because he planned it.
I agree.
Yeah, but he didn't know. Like
no, yeah, but he did plan it.
He did know because
but he forgot about
it.
But
he planned it before.
Well, in the Death Note, it states once you give up the Death Note, everything that you've ever done and associated with said book is forgotten.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so he said he was counting on his goody two shoes Light Yagami to do what he wanted.
But
a facade of the plan that he did before.
Knew how he would react.
Exactly.
And that's why he placed it in a place where Light could find the Death Note. While he forgot, he was Light. He was not Kira. That was not a facade. That was old Light back again without the catalyst. So he was a different person.
He was, yeah.
But to me, Light always behaved like an arrogant prick, no matter what. Even without the book, long before the book, we saw it in the anime how he behaved.
He was still an asshole. And the only person he wasn't with was L because he was like, "All right, you're my rival. I can see that, and I respect you for it."
Yeah, and he still had a philosophy to kill all bad people. So we can't neglect that. If that's his philosophy,
yeah, that was definitely probably deep down in him.
Yeah, so he's the same person then.
It's a bloodlust and power.
How about this? How about if he took in the book back when and he didn't regain his memory, he just had the book, will he do it again?
Yeah. I definitely.
He would sit down and fill out that book again.
Exactly. So I think it was always he's Akira and Light.
But if he never got the book again, I think he would have been bullshit like Yagami, who would have just
because no one could kill like that so easily.
Yeah, he'd always be thinking these thoughts though, like if I had the power,
but he can't fulfill it.
If they could all die,
he just couldn't fulfill it.
Yeah.
Like we all have those thoughts, like you know what I'm saying, like
like deep down we all wish we had something like that.
Yeah, we all have some type of ideology.
Like I get what y'all are saying too, but like that's why I said like it's a yes and no, where they are the same, but they're also very different.
I feel like they're the same because even though Light was a different person without the Death Note, I feel at that point Light became a tool more than a person. He became a tool for the Kira planned before.
Oh, you're right, because Akira just used them.
Yeah.
Because he knew his ways and stuff like that. So, but I think it's hard.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a tough one.
Because it's like, getting ahead of these serial killers and all this other stuff is difficult.
Light died the moment he took the Death Note.
Yes, no, he did.
Yeah, it was the moment when he started to write, or when he opened it and read it, and be like, let me try this out. Well, that's when he died.
And then when he started playing with the rules just to see what he could get away with.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it really interested me. Like, when he wrote down the message to L, like, you know, Shigamis love apples. He was literally just doing that to mess around with L and to see how far and how much he could bend the rules to his will.
Yeah. And that was a power thing.
No, it was. I agree.
It was all a big power play because he just wanted to test it out.
He's like, I hold all of their lives and I can control all of this.
I mean, and the rules were very specific on how he could dictate what people could and couldn't do.
Because fucking Ryuk.
And like how they could die. Because like, let's say you gave someone a disease. If that disease did not kill within the 10-day limit, they could live. So then thus negating the death note.
Interesting.
Would you guys, if you guys had the ability to do so, would you make the world a better place by killing off criminals?
I don't think it's my place.
If you had the ability
you
to
don't
do so.
know. Like, as I said, like, you don't know who's actually done what. And, you know.
I agree with Sif, but also it's like people change.
That too.
Sure, it's going to take time, 2, 5 years, 10. But maybe they have time to change, but you're just, after that one incident they do, you just kill them off. I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
And I don't want that kind of power, especially because power corrupts people.
No,
like,
no matter
how
what.
better you think that, you know, like you can beat it or whatever. It's like the monkey's
We're humans,
paw.
man.
Yeah, because I mean,
You know?
as good as you think you are, the moment you hand someone that kind of power, no matter how much they resist
very
the
tempting.
urge, they're going to break and then temptation will fall. Somebody is going to kill someone just to see if they could do it. If a book told you could, wouldn't you
Or
try?
Or like if you're angry enough and you know it works, hell yeah. You know,
as
like
terrible as it is.
you
like,
are too biased to have that kind of power.
How about
or
you,
like as
Fritz?
people.
If I had the ability to do so,
Yeah.
I can't judge criminals. I don't know what they've been through in their life, you know? Like,
True.
for me to take that,
I'm like,
I don't want to say.
like, to me, prison is enough.
yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
you're
prison
wrong.
already tough enough.
Yeah,
Yes.
prison's-
Like, why you want to?
Prison's
Also-
definitely enough.
Prison is hell.
Yeah, prison is.
Yeah,
But
you
he also,
lose your
um,
human rights, you lose your privileges. Like, it's
Mhm.
definitely enough.
Yeah, he killed people in prison. And he also killed people
Yeah, we
like that
touched
got
up on
away from
Yeah,
from the crime.
So like
Yeah, he killed people who were suspected of
Yeah.
being the criminal. He killed people
Suspected.
in
Exactly.
prison as well. Like, I don't feel like as a human being we have the like capacity
to handle that
to handle
or process it.
to handle that. But also we're killing people indirectly. Most people,
no, we do.
if
I agree.
you're killing someone directly, you have that initial shock, like, oh my gosh, I took a life. But if you're writing a name down in a notebook, for example,
It won't affect you.
it doesn't affect you because you don't see it. You're not there. You don't know what that person is thinking. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, I died of a heart attack, or I'm going to go jump off a building right now. Like that, it'll still mess you up. Like if you saw it on the news, but it will not impact you the same way
Yeah.
as actually seeing the death, which is why I also think Light was able to do this without feeling any remorse.
No, but if I know that,
But he also does get what he like dishes out.
no, of course.
Yeah, he gets.
I agree.
He gets a taste of his own medicine.
So going back to the question, like if I have the book, would y'all write a couple names on there to test it out? Or,
Def
like,
no.
not
Just
at all,
because like knowing what the consequences are? No.
But what if you know? I'm just tempting y'all. But what if you know someone did something like horrible
If someone else
and they
wants
got
to
away
write
with it,
You know what? I would keep the notebook just in case.
or someone did something horrible to you, like say rape or like kill your best friend or something, like they did.
Like I said, I'd keep the notebook just in case. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I might have a couple of names to jot down.
But
You know,
I also don't want to. I don't want to be.
Was there a way to
Shinigami.
destroy the Death Note? I don't remember.
Yeah,
if there
you
was.
can burn it.
That's how you can burn it, but
I'd burn
Yeah.
it. I don't need
As
it.
I said, consequences. I would not want to be a Shinigami, and I don't want to experience whatever
Yeah,
the
oh,
hell
yeah,
I give them.
and that's the thing. I think you become a Shinigami once you use it,
yeah,
right?
because
And
you don't go to
before
heaven
you-
or hell.
Yeah. Oh,
Before
no.
you become a Shinigami, however many deaths you did, every death you caused, you will experience it.
Yeah, you'll
in
live it
full.
out in full.
Oh, that's in the
Yeah,
manga?
in the manga.
Oh, okay.
That's part of the rule.
Maybe because I was a
It's the rule that Ryuk
repeat
did
that
it
again.
right.
Repeat that again.
In the manga, there's a like you get to see what happens to Light, and he becomes a Shinigami, and you see that in the anime. But how he gets there is every single death that he caused using the Death Note, he has to live through him. All of them.
Wow.
Damn,
And
that's
then
hell.
Hell no, I don't want no notebook.
That's
Then he becomes
he
a
has to
Shinigami.
live through all those deaths.
listen.
Like all the
Okay,
heart
there-
attacks, all
listen,
the car crashes, all
listen.
the stabbings, everything, all the burning, the hangings.
There's no. It says there's no heaven and hell, but that's hell right there. Like experience all of that. Like,
But you
That's
don't.
a long-
but you don't
he
get to
could've-
go anywhere after that. You get
Then you
to
Yeah,
become a
he's an idol.
Shinigami, and you live in a world that's rotting
Yeah,
and
you-
experience nothing. Which is why, like, when
It's
Ryuk's
called Mu.
there,
yeah,
Yeah.
like you live in Mu.
yeah.
Yeah,
which means
I take
nothing.
back my comments.
Yeah.
I don't want it no more.
Why do you think I said like knowing the consequences? Hell, fucking no, it's not worth it.
I didn't
Yeah, like
know.
if you read through all the rules.
But Ryuk didn't write all the rules for.
He
like,
didn't. Like, if you look them up, there's like so many more rules.
Oh
And
yeah,
he
there's
only wrote
chapters
down-
of rules.
Like, I have the rules on my laptop.
That's crazy.
All right, what's a couple?
Like one of them obviously is like, hold on.
The
Let me-
rules
I
of the
have it
Death
on my phone
Note.
too. Actually, let me just pull it up right now.
Oh, because there's fake rules too. There's rules that Light wrote in there as
yeah.
well.
I mean,
Yeah, he
well,
did.
he only wrote down the one where if you don't use it for like a specific amount of days, then
Then you die, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that is a bullshit rule. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, we're trying to look at the rules right now. But I think oh yeah, chapter 1, boredom. These rules are so specifically dictated. I don't think I could go through all those rules as quickly as you're supposed to.
No,
Like
definitely not.
writing the name, like the human whose name is written in this note shall die. This note will not take effect unless the writer has the person's face in their mind, therefore, when writing their name. Therefore, people sharing the name will not be affected. If this cause of death is written within the next 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen.
There's over 100 fucking rules. I mean, I'll pick one
course,
at random.
you-
like
if we have-
rule number 98 is there are laws in the world of gods of death. If a god of death should break the law, there are 9 levels of severity starting at level 8 and going up to level 1 plus the extreme level.
Sounds
For
like
severity
Dante's
levels
Inferno.
above 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the gods of death will be killed after being punished.
So
For
they can die?
example,
Yeah,
killing a
but like
human.
that's complete death. Like you will never have any
Yeah,
form of
so-
resurrection.
Oh, okay.
For like for this it says like, for example, killing a human without using a death note is considered as an extreme level. So a Shinigami can't kill without using the death note.
Like they can't kill directly.
Oh, okay. Well, if you okay,
Or like
but to be honest, like I think with some people, even though they know the rules, they don't care. For that,
well then if
for
they're
that
willing,
little bit of power, they'll do it.
That's true.
So then
And
good
for some
on them,
people who get
or
that
not
one
on
taste of power to like fill their bloodlust,
Yep.
then you realize how much bloodlust humans actually have. Like
They have a lot.
there's 130 rules. In
like once you start killing, for a lot of people it's really hard to stop.
Yeah, because people don't, especially in today, they don't care about the consequences.
They don't.
They just do it. They do it because they
Hey,
want
that
to.
Nike baby.
Like me personally,
You
if
hearing
I,
this, Nike? Come be our
Oh,
sponsor.
And the
like, me personally, if I had a death note, I don't think I would not be tempted to use it. Like
no, I wouldn't be. No.
Yeah.
I'm not
honestly,
I'd
then
fucking burn it.
I'd instantly burn it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
the temptation would be way too high for me to keep it.
'Cause,
And
like-
then if some minor infraction with another person happens, I'd be like, well, you're dead now.
right and then
Live with that.
and it's rule number 129 that it says after they die the place they go to is Mu, no, also known as the Shinigami realm, meaning nothingness, where they will experience every death they wrote before becoming a god of death themselves.
See, that's just torture right there, man. But like I said, if people read that rule, they don't care. They be like, I can kill people at the moment.
I kind of
Some
like the
people
rules.
might not.
Yeah.
I kind of like the rules because it kind of reminds you of you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
So I kind of like that
Right.
aspect
So
of it.
there will
But-
always be a consequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Yeah.
serial killers, they don't care what they do.
So like, what do you guys feel about Light's ideology? Do you guys believe in a world without evil?
I think he warped it, and no, that I don't think that's possible because humans
it's
are too
not.
flawed.
Yeah, I'm like, humans are flawed creatures. Like utopia will never be a thing. We just can't handle that kind of
Nope.
responsibility.
And it's funny because in the beginning of the show, like told Ryuk that was like, I'm gonna kill all the bad people in the world, and they're only gonna be good people. And Ryuk was like, oh then it's going to be you that's evil. And Light was like, what are you talking about? I want to be a god and stuff like that. That shows you like he don't even think he's doing wrong.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm not evil.
Yeah,
I'm taking away evil.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like...
Because he didn't understand the concept of he doesn't have the right to judge. And if he does, then, you know, like, because Ryu's like, I can already see the power corrupting you, kid. Have fun.
Right? And then, like, Ryuk had enough of it. He's like, I'm tired of all this killing. Like, that's
he
what...
did?
Yeah,
I
like,
thought
at the end, when he took the Death Note from Light, he's like, humans are interesting, but I'm bored of this now.
And then he kills him. He's like, you know, I promised you that I would take your life.
Yeah, because he didn't want to wait.
Die.
He didn't want to wait for Light to die in like a cell or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't want him to wait. So he's like, okay, I'll kill you.
Nice.
But yeah, like, honestly, Ryuk was bored of it after a while. He's like, humans can only be interesting to a point. And once he got tired of watching Light go through this game of cat and mouse, he's like, I'm done with you.
Because he started losing interest the second L was gone. Because I think he personally really liked L.
Yeah,
I think so.
Ryuk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys think there's a parallel between Light and L?
Yeah.
No, of course.
Why?
There's a big, like, they show it all the time.
Huh.
Well, using color theory, like that blue is like that L will always be in blue, while Light will always be in red.
Yeah.
And like their difference in ideologies and their behavior.
To be honest, like the Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
They're kind of the same people.
Kind of the same. They can't kind of live without each other and whatnot. And one of them.
And the second, which is why the second that L goes, Light slips up. He stops caring and he becomes so much more careless. And
he's way more sloppy.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's like, Nier will never notice what I leave behind. I'm just gonna leave these crumbs, and nobody's gonna care.
You know, he's nothing like
he was not as clean. And then when he took over the initial L, when Light became L, he's just like, nobody's gonna suspect me. Now I'm L. Not even N can tell me that I'm the one who's doing these killings because I'm always at the office. And you're like, no, Light, you're gonna slip up.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. What do you think about the other characters like Misa and the one dude that Light gave the death note?
Mikami Teru?
Mikami. But what do you think about them using the death note and stuff like that?
Misa, she did it because she wanted to be noticed by Light, and then when she got what she wanted, then it didn't matter anymore.
Because she does not value life whatsoever. And like she didn't care like how, why. Like she didn't have a reason other than Light.
Light will love me.
And that was after. But like even then, like she's like, yeah, sure.
She's like, I wanted Kira to find me.
Listen,
I wanted to find Kira because he saved my life.
I hate girls like Misa.
I do too.
Sorry.
I hate her. Like she's the one
an
character.
Annoying character to me. I'm like,
I hate her character.
You're so whipped and like stupid. I don't know. I hate characters like that. But
she was the one character I wanted to fucking die. Like, but whatever. Like, I hope she's lonely for the rest of her days and suffers when she dies. Like,
I agree.
I hate her.
But she's gonna live a long life.
I hate her.
She's gonna live a really
longer
life.
than anybody else in the world.
Probably.
Which is unfortunate, but you know, whatever.
I thought
suffer from loneliness.
I thought once you received the Shinigami eyes, it puts
she did accept them twice.
Yeah, but you remember.
But the like when she was saved by the Shinigami who
loved her.
Yeah, when the Shinigami sacrificed himself for her, she got his life in turn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because
which
is why like
she was able to
even with
taking both eyes
like twice.
Yeah, she still
has. Yeah,
she has probably like 100 and some years left.
Probably more than that.
That's crazy. I missed that.
Yeah, because Misa got his life in return.
You think she will forever be young then?
And she also she also got Rem's life.
Oh yeah,
because Rem also sacrificed herself.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
so she's gonna be around for a long ass time.
They could do another season with some.
No.
Starting Misa.
No.
It would just be bad.
I would not watch that.
No, they would have to change her. I'm sorry, I would not watch that show if she was continuing.
Death Note season 2 is on Netflix.
They would have to they would have to mature Misa's character so much because she was immature throughout the entire show.
If she remained that fucking annoying and like immature
ignorant
and naive, like nah.
There was no way. But there was no way that Light could kill her. He wanted to. He had thought about it.
he thought so many ways to kill this girl, but
because he's like, the second I kill her, Rem's gonna kill me, which is why he had Rem kill Light or have him kill L. So he's like, great, now I can kill Misa if I need to.
You know, the funniest line to me in Death Note is when, like, I think Misa made a mistake, or I think Misa was talking to L, and then Light was just like, this is the only
butt touch.
No, this is the only time I will slap a bitch or something like that.
Oh yeah, because she's like, I can't live in a world without light, and Elle's like, that'd be very dark, and he's like, Jesus Christ, you're so dumb.
This is the only time I would slap somebody. I was like, oh my god.
And like, Light is so patient with her, even though he's just like, I really, really hate you.
And you know what I also love about the show is just like the calmness in Light and L. When something like goes wrong, they think about it in their mind, but they're so calm on the outside.
Yeah, like they never show it. They never show that something is bothering them. But on the inside, they're just like, oh my god.
And I love that about the show. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Hey, as I said before, I think it's very sad that they killed L off when they did.
I mean, yes, we're always sad, but you think that was a good part of the story, though?
I mean, like, it did definitely show a lot more, but like, it definitely took away a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
Like, I would have liked to explore that a bit more, because the closer he got, the more scared Light became.
Oh, yeah.
And he was almost close to even proving it. You know?
He was almost there to proving it. I'm sure had he had like one
he
or two more episodes, he would have been like,
no, he proved it,
because he's like, he always suspected Light. There was no doubt about it.
Exactly.
He just didn't have proof.
Mm-hmm.
For everyone else.
Yeah.
No, he would have got it if that's why the Shinigami killed Light, killed L, because he would have figured out that it was Light or Misa, right?
Yeah.
I think both.
Light set it up so that he would have found out that Misa was somehow
he wanted
associated.
Yeah, because Misa would have been the scapegoat.
Oh, okay.
And so to protect her, Rem would kill L.
Kill L. Okay,
and so then if Rem is gone, Light can kill Misa whenever he wants.
Yeah, because
Rem said that if he ever brought any harm to Misa, she would kill him herself.
Yeah, because Rem was always
two birds with one stone
to protect Misa.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew that he had to get Rem out of the picture somehow.
All right. Let me ask you this: when was it? Like during the episode when like you turned away from like ideology or like a character wise, like you didn't like Light anymore.
It was the second when he killed Ray Pember's wife.
Exactly.
Well, Miss Naomi Masora.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's.
Or was it his fiance?
Yeah,
fiance.
Yeah, because I was like, they weren't quite married, were they?
Yeah, but the moment that happened,
I was like, no, sorry.
Light immediately just went down the drain.
Yeah, for me,
I'm surprised that Elle didn't track her down faster. Like, because you know how he's like, oh yeah, she was really useful, and I would have liked to. Why didn't you track her down then? That was my only thing for that. I mean,
he didn't have any clue that she was connected with like a Kira.
He knew that she was
like he knew that she had connections
and
fiance.
And he knew that she was Ray Pember's fiance.
So and he's worked with her before.
So he had every reason.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because he regarded her very highly. If you go back and look at it,
she figured out who Kara was doing.
No. She figured out that he could kill other ways.
Yeah,
that it wasn't just heart attacks, and it's like shit.
Yeah, Light's like, oh man, someone figured it out.
You figured out that quickly? She's dangerous. I'm like, Light, don't do it.
And he fought it. He fought it for a little bit, and then he's like, nope. She became a liability, and then he killed her.
And I'm like, Light. After that, I was like, I can't follow you anymore. You're kind of doing bad.
Up until then, I was like, there's hope.
Yeah,
there is hope. And then he did it, and I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, because like he didn't want to. He really did not want to. And then he's just like, she's getting too close. She knows too much.
And he gave up too much of his humanity to kill her.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he did. So with the stuff that happened with Death Note, does that relate today still? Like,
oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it still holds up.
Yeah.
And like everything that they talk about, like the duality, the power corruption, I think all of those themes still stand today. And, it's very important that we, look back and see that history does repeat itself.
Mm-hmm.
Always. Especially
No,
for
I
people
agree.
who ignore it and be like, it'll be fine. No, bitch, this happened. Go research.
You're like, read a history book, okay?
But they never do.
Called history. Read a book.
Lion King. My favorite moment is with fucking.
Is it when Mufasa?
No,
when Scar
is it Rafiki?
Rafiki?
No.
When he hits him over the
Oh,
head.
No,
when he
we
hits
all-
Simba?
So we all know that Death Note is like one of the greatest anime out there right now.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
when
It's still very good.
when you try to make that into a live action, it doesn't go well. So we're going to talk about a little.
The Japanese ones were fine. They were not trash
Yeah.
like the American one. The manga is the best medium for this whole thing, though.
No, of course.
And the novels are really good too.
The novels talk about L.
Yeah,
They
you get to
explore
learn
everything.
a lot more about L
And like how he met Watari and why Watari is important.
and all that stuff. Because Watari is very fucking smart too.
And
No,
Watari is
I think
very
he is.
cool.
No, he's awesome. He's like
I was sad when
the
he
butler
died.
from Batman.
Yeah, when he was
Yeah.
Alfred.
Alfred, yeah.
When Watari died, I cried too. I'm just like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
stop it.
I cried for both because they died at the same time.
But I'm gonna get Ethan at this because he's been quiet and he kind of liked you kind of liked the film, right? The Death Note live action that Netflix did.
I mean, I didn't like it, but it's just like it's something different.
Was it garbage?
Like, what do you mean?
It was garbage.
Like what they did with Misa, they didn't make her super annoying. They just
At
made
least,
her.
yeah. I mean, I can say that I like Misa better than the fucking anime.
Yes.
Definitely.
They just
But
made her a bloodthirsty woman.
Yeah, they made her like
That's fine.
they made her Kira basically.
Mhm.
Like, and they made Light.
I didn't give a shit about Light.
He was a weenie. Like he was
Yeah.
such a weenie in that whole.
He wasn't even smart. Like,
Right? It's like, who the fuck are you? Like,
I'm
you're
like
not
her.
Light.
And that could have been a cool take, just making him. No, it could have, because he could have just been
How?
a dumb high schooler, and then Misa could have been the one in control.
Ryuk was the best part of that movie.
Yeah,
I
and I
agree.
agree.
and the effects, like the effects and
But like
all that.
in
And
this
they
one,
changed Ryuk's character.
And the
just a bit
actor
too
that
much.
plays him,
Yeah,
it was amazing.
he's great.
they
The actor's great.
established that he's not.
I wish they would.
His name isn't even Light. His name is Nat. His name is Nat.
Oh
Turner.
yeah, Light.
His name is Nat Turner.
No, his name is Light Turner.
His
Yeah,
name is
it's
Light
Light
Turner.
Light Turner. I thought it was Nat. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is that? What are you talking about?
But he does like freaking people's algebra homework for money. He's just a dumb high school. He's not the same
Okay,
Light.
that doesn't necessarily make you
But anime
smart
Light
the
did that
way.
too.
doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's smart. He's just not. He's a different character.
Yeah, he doesn't have the
So
same.
I think
essence.
they have a different take
Yeah,
on.
so it
Death
doesn't
Note.
work.
Fred, so how you feel about the movie?
I hated it. The only
I
thing,
agree.
I only like the Shinigami in the movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was so I invested myself so much in the anime that when somebody told me, my friend told me, he's like, yo, if you're gonna watch Death Note, watch the anime first before you watch the movie, because if you watch the movie, you're not gonna watch the anime. And now I understand.
No,
Light,
I agree.
He's just Light in the anime. He was very calculated, very smart, and in the movie.
He was dumbass.
Yeah, completely 180. Now, one thing I did like about the movie,
And
L.
I didn't like L.
Yeah, I liked L. I liked
was a
L in the movie.
crybaby.
Yeah,
But
but
the
I
only
just liked
reason
L in the movie.
I did not.
I did not watch the Netflix original Death Note because I'm like, anime movies on Netflix are cancer, so I'm not gonna do it.
No, some of the movies are alright.
I mean, but like, look at the Full
American
Metal
versions.
Alchemist movie.
Oh my god,
Oh.
it's so
the
garbage.
Attack on Titan movie.
Listen.
Or
We just,
Dragon Ball the movie.
Listen, we have
Garbage.
to agree that is very, and I'm not want to distort someone's art and stuff like that, but you have to agree doing a live action anime is difficult.
Well,
Yeah, but like the second we were looking at
you should
like,
make
the
your
director
own
stuff.
You should make your own original film with the IP. Do not like try to condense the entire series into 2 hours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't do
And
that.
that's the thing, like
That
if they made Death Note like a series, like a television live action series, I think it will become way better.
they
than
have
the
a
movie.
Japanese
be-
one. Like they have a Japanese TV show too. It
How's
was-
that?
They
How's
have
that?
a Korean TV show.
How's
it's
that?
a Korean drama.
My bad.
It is not very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
people
it's
like Korean dramas. I don't. My cousin do. I don't.
well, like it's not bad. but it's really hard to care.
I just remember about that weird shower scene.
Yeah.
It was just super
It's just hard to care about the characters.
Yeah, and like the way that they wrote Ellen Light was very different than what I was expecting. But again, it was to fit a Korean audience. So again, they have different things.
The thing about the Netflix movie, the director or whoever, like, because Tori and I were looking at interviews and stuff that he did. He wanted it to be like a horror, gory.
Yeah, he wanted it to be a gore fest.
Yeah,
and that's not what Death Note is. Like, yes,
it's an intelligent form of
exactly.
It's an intelligent war. Like it's a war of
it's chess.
The mind.
Yes.
And because most of the deaths are heart attacks, you know, and if you like the second you start, like the first scene with Ryuk is he kills that guy in a super gory way. Ryuk would have never done that because his whole thing was, I want to see what you do. I want to see that's my entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like I don't know. I was really upset that
he wanted it to be a much more gory film. He wanted everyone to see the nitty-gritty of the crimes, but
who cares?
It wasn't psychological.
Yeah,
but I'm like, Death Note was never about the death.
Nope.
It was never about the deaths.
Nope.
It was always about the game of cat and mouse, the intelligence, the hidden game of chess that was going on between Kira and L.
Like that montage in the live action of like them killing everybody. It was just like unnecessary.
It didn't need to happen. It didn't matter.
L, like, he was also one of the ones who was super out of place. Like, I mean, I know Fritz, you said that you liked him for the movie, but like, he just did not.
He just didn't seem as strong.
No, he was, and he didn't really did anything in the movie.
Exactly.
To me.
Yeah, like, he was just there.
The only reason why
reason.
The only reason why I like L in the movie, or the actor who played L in the movie, is because
I don't mind the actor.
He's I'm not blaming nobody, but it's just it's the actor from Get Out. And
Get Out, yeah.
But he did good with what he was given.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I can't fault the actor on that.
But the character was written so
poorly.
terribly.
Yep.
I'm gonna fault the screenplay on that.
But for me, in order to give any good thing to the film, I just said, hey, I like L in the movie. So
I mean, he was good until like he was just chasing light.
Exactly.
Like a plasma gun. That didn't even look like a normal gun.
I'm like, L don't chase after nobody like that.
Exactly.
Come on.
No, man.
He was just fucking weird.
He was just strange. But again, I have not seen this Netflix version because I didn't want the cancer in my eyes.
You're better off.
No, you are.
But the Japanese ones, if we want to talk about those, I think
Tori and I are the only ones who watched them.
Yeah, the only one who watched it. But go ahead. You can
I think they're expertly done, and they did a good job splitting the film, like the show, into two films. And I like what they did with L.
With the last one, which is completely different.
Yeah, it's called L Changes the World. And we get to see how like L interacts with other people outside. And it's very interesting. Like he has to save a little girl, and like he meets Near, and like they go to the whammy house, and we actually see Elle stand up straight for the first time in his entire life.
Because this girl's like, why do your posture is terrible.
Oh, wow. I would like to see this.
Yeah, so his final thing that he did for her, because it was his last day.
He's so adorable.
He's so cute. But like the last day when he was alive, walking away from Whammy House, which is the orphanage that he was from, he stood up straight and walked like with a straight back. But if you look at an actual x-ray, which they have in one of the novels, his spine is completely like a candy cane. Like it is curved. There's no fixing that.
Yeah.
So standing up straight, you can see the pain in his face as he's walking away.
What, L?
Yeah.
Scoliosis.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's because of the way that he sits hunched and on his feet all the time, and like how he'll never touch things with his full hand. Like he'll always hold things with his fingers. But in the Japanese films, I think the way that they illustrated the relationship between L and Light was really good. And L made it throughout the entirety of the Japanese films because L actually lived.
And I liked how that played out a lot better.
Yeah. L lived until, because he wrote his own name in the Death Note. He killed himself.
Because he wrote it before Rem did?
Yeah.
So Rem only technically killed, no, she did not kill Atharin, though.
No,
Or did she?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Because Rem's a guy in the movies.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, he did kill Watari.
Why kill himself?
Because, like to save Misa, it was still the same thing where...
Well, why did L kill himself?
Yeah.
Because L knew that
Light would try to kill him
no matter what.
So he gave himself a set period of time so that if anyone else tried to kill him, it wouldn't work because his name was already in the death note.
Yeah.
Oh,
because once your name is written in the death note, you can't die. Like, you can't die again, kind of thing. So he gave himself 10 days. 10 days to live.
And he wrapped up the Kita case, and he solved, like, this disease that was widespread, that would kill, like, almost everyone. Like, there was, like, only one survivor who was supposed to be near it, I think.
It was near, and then that little girl who was infected by the virus.
Yeah, so that way he resolved that whole virus thing because it was killing like everyone. It was like a big epidemic. Like it was like
this
Ebola.
This sounds way more interesting than the movie, bro.
It is.
Like I want to get.
It's really good. Like,
yeah, they're really well done.
Like since we have them at our place, we'll bring them back.
Yeah, we'll bring them over and so you can watch them. They're really good.
Hey, is there a comparison with the Shinigami liking apples so much with like the
so the apples in the Shinigami world are made of mud and sand.
Like they're rotten. They have nothing living or fresh, which is why Ryuk's like, you don't even know how good you have it.
Yeah, which is why whenever he goes to the human world, apples are like his thing. Like one of the other Shinigamis likes to eat chocolate. Like he likes to eat things that are sweet because they don't have it in the Shinigami world.
Because everything is dead or dying or rotting.
Were you gonna connect that to, Fritz?
I was gonna connect it to the Bible.
Eden?
Yeah, to the Eden.
Oh yeah, to the Apple of Eden.
Yeah,
Apple of Eden. Yeah,
Tree of Knowledge. Actually.
Yeah.
And I think it is kind of a fair comparison that Ryuk is kind of like the snake in the tree, tempting Light with this fruit, and then when Light takes that bite, he becomes corrupted.
They use a lot of biblical stuff in this, like, and not in just Christian, like a lot of other things.
Yeah, like the religious aspect of the show is very prevalent.
Like when Light when L cleaned Light feet or something like that. That was biblical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the way that they acted towards each other, like even though Light was a bad person and like things like that, there was this almost like Christ-like aspect to the two of them. So yes, I think that the religious aspects are very prevalent throughout the entire show.
I've seen it throughout.
What were some memorable scenes that everybody liked?
I already told you my memorable scene. That was a memorable scene.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like a thing on my laptop that's essentially it's like the cutest / funniest moments for L. And it's usually him trying to eat things. It's just funny.
It is funny.
He almost choked on a banana.
And another memorable scene is just like the writing the name and the potato chips one. That's so memorable.
Or like when they're handcuffed and they're fighting.
Oh yeah, when they're handcuffed and they're beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah,
it's like,
one memorable scene for me is Light's father when he's in the car with him and his girlfriend, and he pulls out the gun and he pulls the trigger and it's a blank. That was intense.
Yeah.
Wow.
It really was.
Like you a father doing that to, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, to his child.
Hey, I could imagine the position his father was forced to be put in.
Bro, he died too early, bro.
Yes, he did.
It was stress. It was stress and like all like he had to deal with and like
you see him defending his son. Yeah,
exactly.
At least he died with the lie of believing that his son wasn't evil.
Yeah,
do you think
that something that was worth to die for?
Nah, do you guys really think that his father believed that his son
I think his
was innocent?
He really wanted to.
He really wanted to hold on to that thought that his son was perfect, but he knew that there was no way in hell that his son was the perfect child he always believed he was.
And like, like when he is dying, like for him, because he had the Shinigami eyes and for that while, he didn't own it, so he could see his lifespan. So he's like, okay, good. You're not Kira. At least you're not Kira.
Yeah, because
if he died,
because Light had a normal lifespan.
Yeah. Because if he, because he had the Shinigami eyes. So if he had seen him, like he would have like when he died, he would not have been at peace.
No, he would
with that fact, and that would have been so much more worse.
Which I think is also why Light like never accepted the Shinigami eyes, because he always knew that someone could see it.
I thought he says wanted to live longer so he can rule. That was one
that
of his
too.
things, yeah.
It's not that exactly.
Well, like I wasn't thinking that exactly.
It's when you own the book that people can't necessarily see your lifespan. And at the time, he had given up his right. He didn't accept the book as his yet.
I'm sorry, but I'm starting, like, with all this conversation and this dialogue, I'm starting to believe that Light and Kira are the same person, because Light's intellect is, and mixed with this whole rules of the Death Note, he was just too smart.
No, I agree. He's the same person. I don't think. I mean,
the intellect,
I don't
like, I'm sorry, I believe that the same person. Too smart. He was too smart for his own good.
I mean, in a sense, they're different, but they're no.
They are and they aren't.
Yeah.
It's kind of. It's still a thin line.
It's like
that
a
he walks.
psychological type thing, you know.
Yeah,
but
he walks a very thin line, like psychologically, between stepping within that power-hungry insanity to just being his normal, arrogant self.
Yeah.
Or he thinks he's better than everyone else because he's so smart.
He's like, I'm the top of my class. I'm so attractive.
No. I'm the top of Japan.
And
pretty much.
You know,
he was.
At the end, when they were meeting in the warehouse, and he laughed early. He was like, I won. And then he didn't win. So that shows you, like, he
went crazy with power.
He was so cocky. He's like, I won.
There's nothing you can do. You will all be dead now.
Exactly.
Because he wrote your names down, motherfuckers. Right?
I would love to see this whole Light and L's game in a chess match. I would love to see that. That must be
actually
intense.
That happened in the Japanese film.
They play chess.
They play chess against each other,
and then was draw.
And either it ends in a checkmate, and like L normally won until L wrote his name, and then he like dropped the final piece, and he's just like, you may have won for now, but I'm still the ultimate winner.
But didn't they play
tennis?
Didn't they play in the anime? They play tennis.
They play tennis.
Oh, it's funny because in their mind they were just thinking, "Oh, I can't lose." But if I lose, he probably think I'm Kira.
Yeah.
And stuff. It was like so funny.
I've always wanted to have a friend.
And the sad thing about that is that's true.
Oh my,
and he really wanted to be friends with Light. And he's like, but I know you're Kira.
Yeah, he's like, sucks, man.
He's like, why you? Why did it have to be you?
He's like, I know it's you, but
they could have been best friends, bro.
Exactly.
They could have been besties.
Why do you think there's so many AUs out there?
That's crazy.
But yeah, L always knew that. He's like, you're not on a clean slate. Like it has to be you.
Mm-hmm. Like you.
He connected the dots. Now he just needed the evidence to show the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in Japan, is guilty before
until proven innocent.
But hey, they didn't do that. But anything else y'all want to talk about the show?
He wasn't Japanese.
L,
which is why
L wasn't Japanese.
He wouldn't have just.
He was a foreigner.
Oh, okay.
That's why
he was adopted.
Yeah, he lived in an orphanage.
And the orphanage is in England somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Light.
Oh, not Light. L.
We're talking about L.
Oh, okay,
yeah, L's a foreigner.
Oh, okay, cool. But anything else?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we pretty much covered it, unless we want to talk about Nier and Mello.
Yeah, we could do that.
No, we already just briefly discussed
we touched on them.
There was like the last 15 episodes. They did their jobs.
Yeah. They were just... Nier was just weird with his robots and toys, but I mean, he was a child.
Mikami was fucking weird.
He
was the weirdest one.
He was the weirdest. Kira, like the one who took up the moniker.
Yeah, I know. He's
like...
He just went like crazy. He's just like deleting people. He's like delete. Oh
like
my
he
gosh.
was a follower and a believer. Like
oh yeah, he was devout.
He was like
Kira was his god.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a good talk. I love Death Note.
Yep.
And we're gonna talk about more throwback shows in the future.
Ooh, we should talk about Future Diary.
What's Future
Never heard
Diary?
of that.
So
origami.
So Future Diary is about a bunch of people who have phone diaries.
Mm-hmm.
And
foam diaries?
Phone.
Phone.
Like cell
diaries.
phone.
Cell phone.
Yeah, cell phone diaries. and the god of space and time decides to have a game. And he takes 12 diary users and puts them in a game. So if the diary user dies, they are sucked out of existence. If your diary gets damaged, you die. So, and then whoever is left standing becomes god of the world. So it's a very
future.
interesting
I think
show.
Future Diaries.
Yeah,
Yep, yeah. Future.
I think
Diaries.
it's on Hulu. So I think it's an interesting thing we can talk about. It's like something similar like Death Note and stuff like that. So that's awesome. Well, guys,
It's all psychological. We can also do psychopaths.
If you like Death Note, comment. On Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, everything.
Let us know your favorite episode.
Exactly. Your favorite phrase, your favorite moment, character, whatever. And tell us what you like or dislike and what shows we can talk about in the future. But after, we say our piece and that's it.
That's it. Peace.
Peace.